here, Max Grill Shack. Today we are going to double smoke a already smoked bone-in ham. I've actually never done one of these guys before, but pretty straightforward. These things are fully cooked, pre-smoked. This is a Hickory smoked shank portion, right about 7 pounds or so. And the plan here is to throw a couple of Meatchurch rubs on here. We got the Texas sugar, we got the holy Voodoo, and then as a finishing glaze I have the Texas pepper jelly rib candy, apple and brown sugar habanero glaze to finish it off near the end there. And I think that's going to be a pretty deadly combo. So first we're just going to start opening this guy up. Alright, so we got our ham shank here all unwrapped, ready to go. Smells nice and smoky already. Like I said, it is fully cooked, Hickory smoked already. So what we're going to do here really is just try to get some rub on it. What I'm going to do is cut some deep scores in kind of a cross pattern throughout the ham here, and try to get as much rub in as we can, and get it on the grill. Alright, so nothing fancy here. Try not to go too deep into this, but deep enough that we can get some flavor in there. Spin it around, go this way. Something like that. And now we are going to go in the opposite direction. Slippery bugger here. And that should do it. Probably pretty hard to pick up, but yeah, we got some nice scores in there going in all directions. So let's get some rub on it. Let's go. Gonna throw a glove on for this one. Not because of the meat, just because I don't feel like washing my hand that bad. Alright, so start off with, let's start off with the Voodoo. Going to go with fairly liberal rub all around the outside here. This ham is pretty moist. The rub's not going to have any issue sticking. You could use, definitely use a mustard as a binder if you feel like it. I don't feel like it. Let's get the bottom here. Flip this over. Just try to rub it in a little bit into these score marks here. Alright. And let's follow that up with some Texas sugar. Get rid of this. That's a mess. Nice even coating of some Texas sugar on here. This one I kind of want to let set up. I'm not going to rub it off, just so it creates a nice little layer on there. I'm sure we'll get a nice caramelized bark from the sugars in there. Get all the sides. You eat all sides, so season all sides, right? That looks pretty good to me. I'm going to let this sit up just for maybe 20 or 30 minutes while we go outside and fire up the Traeger. Meet you out there. Alright, we got the Traeger Ironwood 650 preheating. Starting to throw some smoke, just getting her going. Set to 225. Meet you back here in a couple of minutes when we're fully preheated. Alright guys, we're outside in the winter grill shack, if you will. We got our seasoned up ham from inside. Looking good. Soaking in. We're going to get this on the Traeger 650 here. Super easy, just got it on a pan and a raised grid, just more or less for easy cleanup. Slide this sucker in. And that's it. Doesn't get any easier than that. We got our hopper here loaded with some hickory pellets. It already has been hickory smoked, so it'll be a double hickory smoke on here. And I'm just going to throw my probe in so I can keep an eye on it, because I likely will forget. That's that. We'll check back in about an hour or so. Alright, we've been on about an hour now, 225 on super spoke mode here. And as you can see, we're getting a little bit of color here for sure. Starting to open up a little bit where we scored it. So now, we're gonna turn this up here. Let's go up to 300. And we'll check back in a bit. Alright, we are 2 hours in on this ham. Let's take a peek. Oh yeah, definitely get some color. Opening up quite a bit on those scores. Might have went a little too deep there. And yeah, probe's hitting 106 right now. 2 hours in. Check back in a few. Alright, it's been about 3.5 hours. Got an internal temp of 135. Rocking 300. Time for some rib candy. Alright, definitely get some color. She has scored well. So, throw some glaze on here. Get her in all the cracks. Oh yeah. Alright, give her a quick baste here. Alright. Hit her again in 15. Alright, after about 30 minutes, we've reached 145 here internal. A few coats of glaze. Looking good. We'll pull this off, give it a foil wrap, and let it rest for 20-30 minutes. Alright, so here we are with the finished product. About 4 hours on the Traeger. First hour at 225, super smoked with some hickory pellets. After the first hour, we bumped it up to 300 for the remainder of the cook. And the last half hour or so, we glazed it with the Texas pepper jelly rib candy, apple brown sugar habanero, and it looks pretty good. I have to admit, I scored this sucker pretty deep, but I don't think that's going to hurt the flavor one bit. And I'm excited to cut into this, so let's go. Alright, so we got our shank bone here. We'll give it a couple of cuts this way. pieces off here. Alright. There we go. Nice and juicy. Let's do a little taste test. Wow. Super tasty. Nothing wrong with that, folks. Alright. Alright, so alongside our ham here, while it was resting, I had a dish of scalloped potatoes going. And those are ready. Let's plate this up. Alright. These scalloped potatoes, super easy. Finish them off on the Traeger. Start them in the oven just to get a little kickstart while the ham was on. Let's go. Alright, there we all plated up. Double hickory smoked ham, Meatchurch Texas sugar, holy Voodoo, and Texas pepper jelly glaze on there with a side of scalloped potatoes. I'm ready to dive in. Thanks for watching, guys. Don't forget to cook something outside. Take care.